I am Abhinav and today I will be riding a Triumph Speed 400 to work. This is going to be another commute style video. I recently did a video of the Guerrilla 450 and I really like talking about motorcycles. So we're going to talk about this motorcycle. This is again not my motorcycle. This belongs to a friend of mine, a colleague, Ankit. He has had this motorcycle for over a year. He bought it on my recommendation and today really is the day when I will find out how good of a motorcycle this really is. It's a very popular motorcycle, it sells well, so we shall find that out. The styling is very quintessential Triumph. They went on the, the retro side. I would have preferred if this reminded me a little bit more of the Street Triple, but it's okay. I mean, the speed nomenclature really doesn't go with the styling, but it's just a name. What's in a name? What matters is how this motorcycle rides. It's a very well built motorcycle. Let's start her up. It's a very well built motorcycle with very good levels of fit and finish, very tight finishing. You don't really see gaps on anything anywhere, which eventually, in the long run, because when you buy a motorcycle, you tend to keep it for a few years, right? So hopefully this is going to stay quite like new and well put together for the duration of the ownership. Okay, there's something that I can tell you immediately. This motorcycle, it has no dead zone in its rev range from the bottom, at the bottom I would say. Very low revs. I can't really look at the this is stupid. This is a very bad design in my opinion, but okay, we'll talk about those things later. I'm in the third gear. I'm at 20 and it's tractable, this motorcycle. Very tractable, very tractable. Pickup is clean, smooth, very smooth in fact, but not very sporty, I would say. It's difficult to figure out which gear this motorcycle is in till the time you look down at the speedo, because you've got a little bit of torque everywhere. In fact, quite a bit of torque everywhere. Very decent mid-range on this bike, and it's a very light feeling motorcycle. I like the seating position. Over long distances in traffic, when it can put a little bit of pressure on my palm, so I do prefer a slightly higher handlebar, but it's okay, it's not bad, it's good. It's good for most people, I would say. Fuck, we're already doing 120. I didn't realize. Hey, this is quick. This is proper quick. What a nice engine on this bike. Super linear, super strong. Very linear engine. Very strong engine. It's perhaps not as characterful as the Guerrilla's Sherpa engine and the tune that the Guerrilla runs, because that bike feels aggressive to ride, like more fun. This is more precise. So this is like if the Guerrilla is a hammer, this is a scalpel. It's so precise. It's deceptively quick. I'm doing about 90 odd, without even trying. There are no vibes. There are no vibes on this bike. Were there vibes on the Guerrilla? I can't tell. Just too focused on enjoying. The pull is strong. It's just not violent, Brakes are good. Levers are very nice. Levers are actually better than the Guerrillas. I don't like those levers at all. The Guerrilla and the Himalayan levers. They're too chunky. They're too far away from my fingers. Very nice brakes. Seating is nice. The seat is very comfortable. It's wide. How it will feel over a long commute, we shall get to know in this video. I mean, commute, you know, 30 kilometer, 33 kilometer commute, not like a 200 kilometer ride. We'll do that. We will also do that, but not today. Very smooth, very smooth. Is the light not working? Okay, fair game then. Just gotta be careful. Clutch is very light, lighter than the Guerrilla. Oh, hit the limiter. Where does the limiter lie on this bike? 8,000. I don't know. But I did hit the limiter. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Visor up. Let's toggle the console. It's got a lot of fuel in it. 25 kilometers to a liter. 190 kilometer range left. Let's turn the traction control off. Come on, come on, come on. This is how it should be, right? Oh, didn't turn off. I've got 13 seconds only. Come on, it can't take this much time. I've got 6 seconds. This is very silly. I couldn't turn the traction off. It took me more than 30 seconds of trying and I couldn't turn the traction off. Turn the traction off, it's just the long press, right, of the I button in the traction control mode. I don't see any other button. What an engine! What an engine! It's a small bike, but it's a comfortable bike. I don't care that it's small as long as it's comfortable, because when I ride my motorcycle after the first week, I'm not really going to notice how good it looks. I'm going to get used to it. I won't care whether it's big, whether it's small, as long as I can handle it. Ooh, crazy traffic today. Oh, that's a lot of traffic. What do I do? Shit. Do I go left? Do I go straight? Don't know. Let's just go straight. Fuck it. We'll just go through traffic and see how this bike is in traffic. I don't like bar and mirrors, you know. Just not my thing. I prefer the conventional mirrors. But even though the visibility is alright, I see my elbow and my biceps in this, my arms in the mirror more than I see what is behind me. So maybe they need a little bit of adjusting. But look at this, I'm in the 3rd gear. I'm barely doing 20. Wow. Impressive, impressive. I'll tell you a couple of things I'm not liking right off the bat. Having the instrument console to show the speedo as the analog meter, it doesn't work for me. I'm used to a rev counter here. The idea is that the speedo needle, the rev needle should go fast up, you know, like when you're revving it, it should just go like this. If it's the speedo needle, it'll just go and back. Like it won't really go beyond this point most of its life, right? I don't like it. Why is the rev counter so small on this bike? They should have flipped it. They really should have flipped it. And this number plate is so fucking ugly. Why can't they put it under the headlight? Such an eyesore on an otherwise very it's a smart looking bike. It's a very high quality motorcycle. I know that this motorcycle can easily do about 300 kilometers on a tank full, because Ankit did go touring with me once. I was on the Himalayan, he was on this. This bike did run out of fuel, but after doing some 300 kilometers. So it's okay for a city motorcycle. Largely, primarily, it's a city bike. A 300 kilometer range, acceptable. No heat whatsoever, but we just got riding. We have to stay stuck in this traffic for a longer period of time to really gauge the heat. So very linear power, and you know, it's all there from the very bottom of the rev range. It's all there. Clutch is so light. Lovely clutch on this bike, I must say. Very nice to use. The bike is not hesitating at all, you know. No jerks, nothing. Very smooth. It's not snatchy. Very nicely tuned motorcycle. And I really like that about most Triumphs. I've owned 3 Triumphs, still own 2. Speed Twin, a Street 66675 and a Tiger 1200. Lovely motorcycles, beautiful motorcycles. And this is not disappointing me. Doesn't look that busy up ahead. Very easy to just drop a gear and just disappear on this bike. What gear am I in? 4th, and it still pulls like this. Wow. Oh, it feels a little buzzy. Felt a little buzzy at about 90. That is strange. I did not expect this bike to be buzzy, but it is a single cylinder at the end of the day. No matter whatever, however good, you know, the engineering might be, single is a single. Nice. But you know, I would like to say this is a very mature engine. It's a very mature engine. It's very calm. It's a very calm engine, but it's still surprisingly very quick. It doesn't make you feel that you're going that fast, but it is fast. You know, it's just the nature of this engine is so linear. Oh, I don't like the suspension. Feels a bit too soft. There's also a little bit of dive. Yeah, there's quite a bit of dive in this suspension. Which I guess is okay for the city. Strong pull. It's a very polished product, this motorcycle. It's a very polished product, very mature engine. The entire package complements the engine for a very daily, you know, city use motorcycle. Something that sits higher than your 250s. Very good engine. It sits higher than the 250s in the power range, of course, but it doesn't necessarily feel any harder to ride. It's a very easy motorcycle to ride. The brakes are nice, but I feel the Guerrillas were sharper. Quite possibly the Guerrillas brakes were sharper. Hey, come on, dude! Don't fucking block the leftmost lane. That's where motorcyclists go from. Okay, I'll just do this. Arey yaar, fucking bar end mirrors, yeah, too wide. And we are free to go. The throttle is very light on this bike because of the ride-by-wire. Might just be lighter than the Himalayan. No, not the Himalayan, sorry, the Guerrilla. Might just be. Which would I pick in the city if I had to ride one? The Guerrilla or the Speed 400? Let's think. This is very linear. This is like a calm motorcycle. The Guerrilla is more fun because of, you know, the way the power delivery is. The suspension feels firmer. Brakes are also sharper. But then this has, you know, a more tractable motor across the rev range. The Guerrilla's motor really is, I still feel it's a little weak, below 2,500 RPM. But I would still, you know, sort of side with the Guerrilla just because of the sheer excitement, I would like to believe. I mean, maybe the judgment is a bit premature. I think I'll have to ride both these bikes on a long ride. Well, they're not really meant for long rides. You can do them, but they're not really long ride motorcycles. Upright seating, no wind protection, small tanks, 17-inch wheels. So, but still, you know, it's not like people have multiple motorcycles and options to choose what motorcycle fits which scenario. So I think I'll have to take both these motorcycles out of the city on the highway and twisty roads to really gauge which is the better motorcycle overall. But in the city, it's I think both these are great. Both of these are really great motorcycles. Just pick whatever kind of motorcycle you like. You won't go wrong with your choice. If you're a slightly aggressive rider, I think the Guerrilla is gonna suit you well. If you are somebody who is a little bit more calm and mature in their demeanor, maybe the Speed 400 is the motorcycle for you. That's what I would like to say. They both will do the things that the other motorcycle excels in. For sure, the Guerrilla always wants to be ridden fast. This motorcycle can ride equally as hard and equally as fast. It's just that you won't feel it. You won't feel it because this engine doesn't make you feel like you're going fast. The Guerrilla does. This motorcycle seems to be a very calm commuter. The Guerrilla also can do that, just that. It'll be a very calm commuter if you wanted to. It's just that you feel like wringing the neck of the throttle, wringing the neck of the Guerrilla all the time. Honest feedback. Yeah, so both these motorcycles will do what the other motorcycle will do quite easily. I prefer this switch gear, to be honest, you know. Simple, flash to pass, easy, high beam, flash to pass. Yeah, this is, I like this simple kind of switch gear, not the rotary style. That's not very ergonomic. Other than that, seating is good, but I prefer the seating of the Guerrilla because it's a little bit more upright, and you know, that's what I prefer coming from a ADV and dirt bike kind of background now. Smart bike, grips are nice. These are softer than the Guerrillas, I feel. But they also, I don't know why, but my palms, they ache a little on this motorcycle. Maybe because the handlebar is flattish. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I must be canted forward a little bit on this motorcycle. Starts without the clutch. The only Triumphs that start without the clutch are these single 400s. Okay, visor down. I think this dude is taking chapatis for the cows. Okay, there's a little bit of buzziness, you know. Okay, yeah. What are we doing? 5,000 RPM. There is a hint of buzz, like an intense buzz at 5,000 RPM. Below that, nope, nothing. I think 5 was where I felt most of the buzz. Somehow I just don't feel like riding this motorcycle very fast, like the Guerrilla. Engine is just too calm a state of tune this motorcycle is in. And again, see, I'm doing 100. Amazing, amazing. You just don't find out how fast this motorcycle is going till the time you look down at the speedo. That's a good thing, right? I guess. Oh, there's a bit of movement in the rear suspension. I think the rear suspension is too soft on this bike. I felt it's a little bit too soft going over that flyover joint in the turn. Oh, yeah, the suspension is soft. It's throwing me off the seat. I mean, come on, but this, you know, I'm amazed how, you know, motorcycles which cost less than 3 lakh rupees on the road are now this fast and fun. You don't need to break the bank, man, to ride a good bike anymore. I don't know why it just feels like this motorcycle is a slower revving motorcycle than the Himalayan. And I keep saying the Himalayan, but I mean the Guerrilla. It just feels like it's taking its own sweet time to rev up to get into the power band. And yet when I look at the speedo, it's just doing those crazy speed numbers. I'm just so conflicted. I don't know, maybe this is, I don't know, is this a faster motorcycle than the Guerrilla? It doesn't feel it, but the speedo makes it feel like it is. But then Bajaj is also notorious for speedo error, so I don't know, 100 on the speedo might just be a true 85-90 on this bike. I don't know, we'll have to check that out again. But I know that the Guerrilla and the, not the Guerrilla but the Himalayan speedo is quite accurate. You know, only 2, 3, 4 kilometer an hour deviation. So I'm assuming the Guerrilla speedo should also be close to accurate. No reason why that shouldn't be accurate either. Okay, we cannot be 90 here, we have to be under 70. Let's slot it into the 6th and just see. Okay, it says my, you know, 34, 31 real-time fuel economy if I ride like this. So if you're just, you know, commuting in the city, you're an easygoing guy, You don't like to ride fast like the Splendor guy. I'm kidding. He's doing okay. If you don't like to ride very fast, if you're very calm and easy on the throttle, you should be able to get about 30 kilometers to a liter. And it has a 12-liter tank, so really, you know, 300 is a good range. This motorcycle will definitely go further than the Guerrilla 450 on a tank full of gas. But I don't want to ride at 60, 70, 80. I want to be slightly faster. Is there anything that I don't like about this motorcycle so far in its riding? I don't know. Just the suspension, I would say. Could do with a little bit more work. And for all I know, all I have to do is, you know, increase the preload on the rear suspension. The front dives a little bit too much, the front suspension, so maybe heavier oil weight. I think the first thing that I do is get rid of the bar ends on this bike and just put conventional mirrors. You'll get better visibility and you'll be able to flick your motorcycle through traffic. I can't filter with these bar ends. I don't have the confidence because it's difficult to judge the width. Gearbox is very slick, very precise, no false neutrals, very easy to shift gears, smooth, no complaints. Okay, let's try and see and go through the potholes and see how this bike's behavior is. अरे pothole से जाना है, हट जाओ. I don't like. No. I don't know. Okay, more. Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't feel it has adequate amount of damping to, you know, be a good enough suspension in my eyes. Again, I'm not a technical guy, I'm just a regular motorcycle rider. I feel my other motorcycles have a little bit more poise going through the potholes. And it's not even like it's a hard setup, it's not, it's a very soft suspension setup. So much traffic. Nope, no bad idea. It's a very easy motorcycle to go fast on. It really is. Vibes. Quite a lot of vibes at 130. Yeah, no motorcycle is doing 300 kilometers on a tank full if I keep riding like this. 6 air. drop down again, and finding gaps easily. I'm full throttle right now. I'll have to drop down, little bit of drag on the brake, and we are back in the game. It is a fast enough bike for the city. You don't need a bike faster than this. You really don't. Wow. It's surprising how quick this bike is, yeah. But not in an exciting manner. You know, that is the fun part. It is deceptively quick. It's just so linear. A little bit of buzz on the left foot peg. Okay, time to calm down. Exit is coming. This is the first exit. I need to take the second, which is only about 400 meters ahead or less. All right. You know, it's like the rear suspension, it first squats down while crossing speed breakers and then it sort of bounces up. So maybe the rebound is too fast. Because as far as I know, the tire pressure on this motorcycle is okay. It's not because of the tire pressure that I'm feeling, you know, like this could do with more sophisticated suspension. Ooh, just threw me off the seat and slammed me back hard on it. Okay, I'm not a fan of the suspension on this bike. Let me just say that. It's a perfect motorcycle for me, for anybody I would say, but if you want to ride hard, no, not the suspension. You need a firmer setup to ride hard. I hit the limiter again. Why is the fucking limit showing 12.5? I know it can't rev to 12.5 if the limiter hits at about 8. Oh, I don't like the suspension. Okay, what is my verdict? Quickly. I recommend it to everybody who wants a fast city motorcycle. I think it's 2.7 lakh rupees on road or something like that. Worth the money in my opinion. Great motorcycle, great power, not the most exciting power delivery, but very neutral, composed, good build quality, great brakes. I feel the suspension can do with a little bit more poise, and definitely more damping, but other than that I can't fault it for what it is. It's a great motorcycle, Let me park it next to King Shuk's bike. All right. Okay, I had a lot of fun riding this motorcycle. I really did. Not a fan of the suspension, but it's a very comfortable motorcycle. I didn't quite notice the sound, so maybe it's too silent. The Guerrilla has a nicer sound. A very tractable motor, comfortable, neutral, very easy to flick in the city. If you're looking for a motorcycle in this segment, I think you should test ride this bike and the Guerrilla for sure, and then decide which bike do you like more, because they're just very evenly matched motorcycles. And if you want to do a little bit of off-road, definitely take a look at the Scrambler 400. I rode that bike. That also is a lovely motorcycle to ride. Let me try and do a video on that also. But in the city, the 17-inch wheels are the better bet for you. Very, very, very good motorcycle. Take a test ride and decide for yourself. Thank you for watching this. Bye bye.